Assalamu alaikum class. I hope all of you are fine. In today's class, we will discuss the MCQs of chapter number 2, logarithm. So let's start the MCQs now. The first MCQ is the pioneer work on the logarithm done by the that work is done by the Al-Khwarizmi. So option number C is correct. In scientific notation, the base should always be. So before we will discuss the scientific notation MCQs, let a quick review of scientific notation. So a scientific notation is a notation of writing a numbers in which we will write down the numbers in this form. Means let's suppose that the d times 10 raised power n. So here you see that the d must be greater than 1 and it must be greater than or equal to 1 and it must be less than 10. Then such type of the notation is called the scientific notation. So here you see that the base of the power is 10. So that's why MCQ number 2 answer is C. In scientific notation, always put the decimal point after dash non-zero digits. So here you can see that in scientific notation, we always put the decimal after the first non-zero digit. So that the place after the first non-zero digit is called the reference point. So that's why we will always put the decimal after the first non-zero digit. Let's suppose that I will take this just assumption here, 1.06 into 10 raised power 5. So here you see I put the decimal after the first non-zero digit. So option A is correct. If there is no decimal point in the standard form, it will be considered. Let's suppose that we have a number 60,000. Here you see that no decimal is here. If no decimal is here, it means that the decimal is at the end of the number. MCQ number 5, if decimal point is moved towards left, power of 10 will be. So we will take one number. The number is 689.6. Now we have to write down in standard form. You can see here that is the reference point. So we will move this decimal to this point after the first non-zero digit. So it will become 6.896 into 10 raised power. Now you will see how many digits I will move the decimal. I move the decimal towards the left 2 digits, so that's why the power will be plus 2. So the MCQ's answer will become, if decimal point is moved towards left, the power of 10 will be positive. But if we will move the decimal towards the right, like in this case, I am giving you one example here. Let's suppose that we have this number. Here you can see that the decimal is here and I have to move this decimal after the first non-zero digit, means I will move it towards the right. So how many digits I will move it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the scientific notation will become 6.78 into 10 raised to power 1, 2, 3, 4. So minus 4. So if we will move the decimal towards the right, then the power will be negative. Class, you know very well, in the previous chapter when we are discussing the laws of the exponent, we studied there, if the exponent of any number is 0, then that number will be equal to 1. So 729 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So option number C is correct. MCQ number 8. So MCQ number 8 is 10 raised power minus 3. So 10 raised power minus 3 means when we have to that exponent is negative here, so it will become 1 over 10 raised power 3, so 1 over 1000, and the answer will be 0.001. So its answer will become 0.001, means B option is correct here. 6.93 into 10 raised power minus 5, we have already discussed, if the power is negative, then we will move the decimal towards the left side. So it will become, we will move the decimal here, and how many digits we will move? we will move the 5 digits now. The one digit is 6 and the other 5 digits will be the 0, just for the sake of filling the place. So 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 zeros I insert here, 693. So the correct option will become 4 zeros I will add here, because the whole power is -5 and the one digit is 6. So the answer will become 0.000693. So the correct option will become option number D, 0.0000693. Now the next MCQ is MCQ number 10, the 5.297 into 10 is power 7. So here class, you can see that the power is positive. So we will move the decimal towards the right. So it will become 5297. So these will become total 3 digits, but the power is 7. So we will add here the 4 zeros. So the correct option will become option number D. MCQ number 11, the logarithm is the combination of two parts. We know that every log has two parts, like the one is called the characteristics and other is called the matrix. Like if let's suppose that the log of 3 is 0.4770, then you can see here there are the two portions. The one is the whole number and the other is the decimal part. That whole number is called the characteristics, whereas this decimal portion is called the mantissa. So option A is correct. Now the second thing is digit before the decimal point in logarithm is called. So here you can see is that number is called, that the digit before the decimal, that number is called the integral. The digits after the decimal points in logarithm is called. So these numbers are called decimal as well as these are called fractional. So that's why option D is correct. For finding character, always convert the given question. So if we have to find out the character, we will write down the number in scientific notation. Then the power of the 10 means that power is called the characteristics. So the power of 10 in scientific notation is always called the character.